There's a lot of trading methods available within FC24 Ultimate Team, but not every single one of them is needed for you to go from 1,000 coins all the way up to 500,000 coins. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing the core methods that you should be using in order to reach this milestone quickly. But before we do get into the video, if you really want to get there quickly, then there is no better place than U4GM. They offer cheap, fast and reliable FC24 coins. There is a link in the description down below, and if you use code Fanatic, you'll also be able to get a 5% discount. Thank you U4GM for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back into it. Firstly, in order for you to get things going, and assuming you have just started Ultimate Team, you need to get some coins in the bank. And unfortunately, EA no longer does loyalty packs. So what needs to happen is that you need to go over to your objectives and complete some of those under Foundation. These are extremely easy. A lot of them will give you club items or even untradeable bronze and silver player packs, but there's some which will gift you coins. Those are the ones you should be focusing on, and then from there, you can go into our first method, which is the bronze and silver method. For this, very simple. Head over to the transfer market, select the quality to be bronze, and then search. All you're doing is getting every single bronze player that's available on the transfer market, and then you're going to go through each of these individually until you find a player with a bid on. If they have a bid on, and the reason that we're looking for this is that it shows that people are interested, and people are only interested in bronze players if they're used for something, whether that be SBCs or to trade, because they can be sold for a much higher price. So if they have a bid on, it's a good indication for you to stop, look at that player, compare that player's price, and find the lowest buy now. So for example, if you're going through this and you find a bronze player who has a bid at 150 coins, you're going to compare that player, and then you're going to check the lowest buy now of that card. If it's sat at 500 coins, it means that you can go back to the one that originally had a bid at 150, increase that to be 200, and as we are dealing with bronze players, 9 out of 10 times you're going to win that deal, leaving you enough room for you to now list that player at 450 coins, because you can then undercut the market so that yours is the cheapest, sell that player, and double your coins after the 5% EA tax. This is a bronze and silver method because you could do the exact same thing with silver players. But silver players will tend to be a bit more expensive, but out of it you will be able to sell them for a lot more. So the idea here is that you'll start with bronze players, get a few thousand coins into the account as you have only just started, and then upgrade to the silver method where you can take it up to about 10,000-15,000 coins. From there we go to our second method, which is bulk bidding. Bulk bidding is a favorite here on this channel because it's extremely lazy. You want to start off by finding a cheap rare gold player, typically valued between 800 to about 1,000 coins, as in that's their lowest buy now, but you're able to place bids on them between 600 all the way up to 800 coins. Of course, it makes sense not to be the players that you can sell at 800 for you to bid at 800. There needs to be a difference. And with this one, it's a bit of trial and error. You can go over to a site such as FootWiz or FootBin, a Ultimate Team player database, and you can find players that fit those parameters. Rare gold, and then looking for players between that price range. Or you could go through trial and error where you search on the transfer market for rare gold and look at players and what they currently go for. Find a player with a bid on, head back, search that player's name in manually, and find their lowest buy now. From there, you're just going to mass bid. So if you found a player with a lowest buy now of 1,000 coins, you are going to search that player on the transfer market and you're going to put their maximum bid at 800. Now you're going to go across each card that's listed and you're going to place a bid at 800 coins. You're going to keep doing this until you run out of coins or you max out your watch list. Now with each of these, you're not going to be making a crazy amount, only 150 coins profit after the 5% EA tax, but you should be able to win loads of these. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, potentially maxing out every single player that you bid on, you ended up winning and you're able to go and sell them. And that's when you can start to make thousands of coins every single hour. If bulk bidding is not what you want to do, you could also look at sniping. Sniping is very similar, except instead of mass bidding across all of these players, you're instead just constantly searching the transfer market until a player fits your parameters. One is you relying on bidding, the other one is you relying on buy nows. So going back to that example of a player being listed at 1,000 coins, so instead of putting your maximum bid at 800, you'll put your maximum buy now at 800. 9 out of 10 times when you search, you're getting a message which tells you that no one fits these parameters and there are no players on the transfer market, in which you'll press OK and then immediately search again. Do this long enough, eventually someone will be listed that fits those parameters where you need to be super quick, buy them, and then list them onto the transfer market, making that profit very similar to what we talked about earlier with bulk bidding. Between both of these methods, and you can start to upgrade them so that you're no longer just looking at players listed less than 1,000 coins, but you can look at a few thousand, 5,000, 10,000, even going higher than that. But only once you have the coins available within your account. So you've got to start small and then build up. This in itself will take you all the way up to 100,000 coins, in which this is where you want to start building up your club. It's no longer just about getting coins into your account to trade with, but it's also about building up your club with players that you can either use for your team or as part of SBCs. The first one that I recommend going through is investing. This is team of the week or any other type of special card. Whenever a team of the week or promo is released, whether it be Wednesday or Friday, that is when players typically are at their highest possible price during that week. From there, they gradually go down until the following week when a new team of the week is released or a new promo is released. And that is when you want to take that opportunity to buy into the players from that previous week at their lowest point. Now, what I try to look for are those on that cheaper end, valued between 10 to 20,000 coins. And I'll put priority for those who are in the top 5 major leagues, being Premier League, Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, or La Liga, as well as those who have a rating above 83. Because if there are any points within the future where EA does release content which requires you to have team of the week players as well as chemistry, alongside there also being a rating, it tends to be better for those types of players which I just said, within the top 5 major leagues and above 83 rated. But if I have the coins, I'll buy everyone that's available that fits those parameters. And with these types of players, you're going to buy one of each, send them to your club, and you're just going to sit on them. You're not going to do anything with them. This isn't one of those where you buy into them 1 hour and then an hour later, they suddenly explode in value. That you doubled, tripled, quadrupled your coins. This is slow. This will take weeks, potentially even months. But as you keep doing this every single week, as time goes on, these players gradually do start to increase. And they increase for a few reasons. Firstly, people do submit them into SBCs, in which once they are submitted, it means that they're gone forever because there are no source for these types of players. We also see something similar with there being people who no longer play Ultimate Team. They pack these players, they buy these players, but they stop playing. Those players are also gone forever, unless people come back, list them onto the transfer market, and then leave Ultimate Team again, which is never really going to happen. But this also ties into that previous point of these players do get extremely rare on the transfer market as time goes on. The second reason is that there will be content that does require them, and when that happens, these players do increase because then demand increases. And then this is also feeding into that feedback loop where as demand increases and more people are buying them to submit them into these SBCs, yet again, they get extremely rare. So when you go back to the very first couple team of the weeks, some of these players, there are only a couple pages worth, but they're worth 20, 30, 40, 50,000 coins, and some of these players are extinct. So invest in these types of cards. Another method that's also worth using at this point, and this isn't going to make you a ridiculous amount of coins, but this is the bronze pack method. Head over to the store, go down to classic packs, open a 750 coin bronze pack, and out of those players, you're going to list the players who sell and then send everyone else to your club. For the players that do sell, that'll pay for the pack itself, and as time goes on, you will be in profit. It's not a crazy amount, but you will be able to make profit from this. And with the players that you send to your club, you're going to upgrade through SBCs. Bronze upgrades, silver upgrades, gold upgrades, and then you can throw them into marquee matchups, and then the other type of challenge where these players will fit. This will help you make profit from the packs you're buying into with the players that you're selling, plus also you'll be able to build up your club with loads of players which can then be used for more SBCs to improve your club, or even for you to make profit from these if you get any tradable rewards. If you do the active trader methods that we've mentioned and then go into investing, this will build your club up and you'll be able to make a lot of coins in the background. But But in order for you to really jump up to that 500k mark, there are two more trader methods. One trader method is the 1-2-3 method. This is actually a method that you can use from the beginning of Ultimate Team by slightly adjusting the parameters all the way to you making millions of coins. If you really wanted to, you could just look at this method and this method only. However, it finds its best spot right in the middle, which is at this point. You're going to head over to the transfer market and set the price to be 10,000 coins minimum bid, 20,000 coins maximum bid, and 30,000 coins minimum buy now. You'll go into search. This will then show all players that are available within this bidding parameter, which is really good. Players valued between 10 to 20,000 coins that has a buy now above 30,000 coins. It's really good for you to separate all the potentially bad deals to all the potentially good deals. Now it's just a case of going through, finding those players and comparing each and every single one. The best way to do this, because there's going to be a lot of rare gold players that fit within this parameter, is to use a site such as FootWiz or FootBin, where you can see player prices. And quite simply, if there's room to make profit, you'll go in to place a bid. There are other versions of the 1-2-3 method. You can change the bidding parameters to be 1,000 coins, 2,000 coins, 3,000 coins, which is at that lower end. As said, you can start this method at the beginning of Ultimate Team if you wish to do so. It just so happens that the methods that we've gone through in this video tend to be better at this price range than this one, the 1-2-3 method. And if you really want to start your journey early for gradually building up to 1,000,000 coins after you reach 500k, you can change your bidding parameter to be 100,000 coins, 200,000 coins, and 300,000 coins, where you can find some very good high-rated rare gold players with some value left, as well as any icons and any other special cards. You won't be able to win these deals as frequently, but when you do win a deal, you should be aiming to hit thousands of coins profit for every single player. For the time being, as we're trying to go from 1k to 500k, take the 10,000, 20,000, and 30,000 coins to find your deals. And that brings us to our final trading method to use. This is the old Team of the Week method and does link back to what we just mentioned about Team of the Week investing and special card investing. These players can get extremely rare as time goes on. And if you were someone that did buy into these types of cards at the beginning of Ultimate Team, it's likely you made a very decent amount of profit. But if you are someone who did not take that advice and you missed it, well, this is where this opportunity comes round, where you can actually go back, look at previous teams, as in the very first few weeks of Ultimate Team, and look for each player individually. As said earlier, some of these players have increased to be 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 coins, and some are even extinct. Now is your opportunity to go back, search those players by name individually, and compare their prices. If you find someone that's listed at around 35,000 coins and then the next cheapest is 45,000 coins, what you can then do is buy that player at that lowest point, list them at 44,000 coins so that yours is the cheapest on the transfer market, and once they do sell, you're making a very good amount of profit. Now, of course, you're not always able to make that amount of profit per player. There's going to be some which are slightly smaller, but that's what you're looking out for. Price differences between players, whether that be through their buy nows, which is what I go for, or you can even find the options for bidding, where you add these players to your watch list, wait for them to go down to the last 60 seconds, and if there's still room to make profit, you'll place a bid. It is as easy as that. And if you continue to go and use the methods that we've gone through within this video, you'll be able to go from 1,000 coins all the way up to 500k relatively quickly. And not just that, these methods can also be used to start to take you up to 1,000,000 coins and beyond. If you do have any questions about anything, then please let us know in the comment section down below. Anyway, thanks for watching.